up? It's your girl, Bondy Blue, and I am back for another American Horror Story review, you guys. Yes! I know a lot of you don't know, but I reviewed American Horror Story for like, what, the first season? I think I did, or was it Coven? It was Coven that I reviewed. But I've been watching it the whole time. The only thing I didn't watch last season. Because I was just like, yeah, I don't need to see y'all dramatize the election. I'm still in post-traumatic stress from it, originally when it came out anyway. That's how I was feeling. Okay, but let's just get right into this episode. So it starts off, and I found out that the little black girl name is Emily. So Emily, I don't know where she was, but some fucking snakes just jumped out of nowhere. And we like, oh no, where are the snakes coming from, Jesus? Everything is supposed to be dead. Radiation. What the fuck are snakes doing in here? It scared the shit out of everybody. It scared the shit out of me. I was like, oh Lord, you know what I mean? And then Kathy Bates come in. I think her name is Mead or something on here, but I'm going to continue to call her Kathy Bates, okay? So Kathy Bates and her security guard bitch come in, and they like, ooh, dinner. And I'm like, oh yeah, so we eat snake? Do people eat snake? Is that a thing? I didn't know people ate snake. I did not know that. I'm sorry. And then the way they chopped it up and put it in a soup, I was like, so you didn't skin it? You just put the snake in there whole like that? I was like, that don't seem right. It seemed like if you was gonna eat the snake, then you would skin the snake. Is it just me? Anyway, Emily and Timothy asked, who else has breached the gates? All right, we heard the alarms go off, Miss Venable, so who the fuck is asunder? And she's like, everything in due time. And that's when the snakes join back together in the soups, in the plates, and just scurry down off the table, and everybody jumps up like, what the fuck? Let me explain something. The snakes came back to life and then put themselves back together in a stew and slithered off the table. What the fuck? Are we not supposed to think that Langdon is the Antichrist? A lot of y'all explained to me that Langdon was the other baby that they had on the first season on Murder House. And I'm like, okay, I needed something to start making sense with Murder House and Coven. We still waiting on Coven, but we got the Murder House with Langdon. Okay. Langdon is definitely the devil, okay? If anything, his hair shows me, okay? His beauty in his hair and his whole demeanor gives me straight out of hell, devil. So in the library, so we could listen to the same song played for the 5,000th time, Langdon finally presents himself to the rest of the people, and he lets them know that his arrival is crucial to civilized life on Earth. He lets them know that all of the different outposts that they have been ran over, and everybody in them is dead now. And he wants to take people from this outpost to the sanctuary. Yes, there is a place for you to be safe with 10 years worth of food. He is going to interrogate everybody and see who would best survive in this new utopia called the sanctuary, all right? And the hairstylist is like, I want to go first. Let me go first so I can get this shit over with. And they're like, why does he want to go first? And I'm like, so he can get this shit over with? Is everybody not understanding that time is of the essence? If the other outposts were ran over, then it's only a matter of time before this one is ran over, correct? Langdon lets everybody know that those who do not come with him will be given these crack-like pills to kill themselves upon, the further epopulation, if that's a word, of the outpost that they're in right now. I'm like, okay, well, at least you're giving them a way out that don't have nothing to do with them being ate by, ravenous, radiated animals. Like, we don't know what the fuck is out there. I don't want to know. Okay, Emily's talking about she want to run away. I'm like, bitch, run to where? Run to where? So Langdon and the hairstylist have their little interrogation. Langdon tells the hairstylist if he lies about anything, he will know, and he will die a very painful death. So don't lie to me. First, he asks his sexual orientation, and he says he's gay, but he's very much willing to lay down and have sex with a woman for procreation if he has to. And Langdon is like, nobody needs to do that. No poor girl needs to lie under you as you pump your lifeless little dick inside of her for the hopes of having a child. Nobody needs that. Thank you, though, sir. Langdon says, tell me about your anger. Tell me about your grandmother. And that's what made me think this was the devil. Only the devil wants to know about your anger issues. You know what I'm saying? The hairstylist say that he can't stand his grandmother. He fucking hate her, okay? She spent most of his life trying to make him the perfect gay. She would throw these bullshit suburban gay luncheons where she would invite eligible bachelors. And he would come in with his ass out, high off something, and then sit down with a gas mask to eat bis. Like, who sucks up bis with a gas mask? What was that about? I was grossed out by it. I didn't know how to feel. However, we've determined that the hairstylist hates his fucking grandmother, which makes me wonder why he asked her to come with him when they left. Like, you could have left her to get blown up. She had no idea what the fuck was going on. You could have let that old cockroach die or, you know, come out the radiation the way she probably would have with her never would die looking ass. I'm just, I don't like the grandmother. I feel bad for the hairstylist. I wish he would stop being so vapid because he about to get fucked by the leather suit man, and it seems like a mind fuck from the very beginning. The hairstylist decides before exiting the interrogation room that he's going to proposition Langdon. And I'm like, so you're propositioning the Antichrist, who's so not interested. I'm trying to understand, Langdon, like, what are you sexually attracted to if you are sexually attracted to anything? Emily and Timothy are trying not to have sex. Okay, trying so hard to just make it about making out every now and again. And Emily comes up with a brilliant fucking idea of going into Langdon's room to try to find something to help them run away. And I'm like, this is not a smart idea. I don't feel like this is a smart idea. I don't feel like there's any way that you were sneaking into that man's room without him knowing that you were sneaking into his fucking room. Is it just me, you guys? Was it me? It seemed like a setup from the very beginning. This whole shit seems like a setup from the very beginning. So the hairstylist then took it back to his room. He having a little nightmare, and he wake up and leather suit is standing in the doorway, bitch. Okay? He think that it's Langdon. So he's all here for the choke him up, lay it down, fucking real hard feel that is going on with the leather suit. He think it's about to be some nasty shit. And it is about to be some nasty shit. The hairstylist basically gets banged out by leather suit. And then his grandmother with her nosy ass heard the noises and looked into his room and saw him getting banged out. And she felt so disgusted by it. And I'm like, so what did you think gay sex was like? Did you think if he married some gay guy that they weren't going to be having sex like this? Why are you so disgusted by it, Grandma? Let me know, all right? That old messy bitch goes to Kathy Bates' room and tells her that, oh my God, what I just saw. I hope my grandson hasn't messed up his chances of getting into the utopia. But if he does, I hope someone who is more worthy will go in his place. It's like, Grandma, if you don't get your evil ass out of here, the fact that you will come in here and tell on your grandson so you could try to take his seat, it's not working like that, okay? Like, none of this works like that, Grandma, okay? Look, let me explain, Grandma. He's going to ask you questions. Based on your answers to those questions, that is the deciding factor in whether you get to go to Utopia. Langdon then already told y'all he could take everybody or he could take no one. So for you to think that telling on your grandson was somehow going to make you a better candidate for the sanctuary, you're fucking stupid. I don't understand. I was so aggravated with the grandmother. I'm like, really? You come to this point in y'all lives, apocalyptic shit, and now you want to just turn on your grandson who, if it wasn't for him, your ass would be dead right now? Oh, girl, maybe she mad because she not dead, because I done told y'all before. I told y'all in the first episode that if it was me, I would have wanted to die in a blast, okay? I'm going to make sure I'm in a major city. I want to die in a blast. I don't want to get left to the countryside with radiation and crazy people and animals that's deformed and, you know, no. And then the Antichrist coming up with horses and shit. No, I don't. No, thank you. I'm straight. So Emily and Timothy got into Langdon's room and they saw that his laptop was just sitting right on his bed, open to exactly what they needed to see, which was the email that he had sent out. Which, how did you send out an email? Apocalypse, nothing is working. How the fuck are you sending emails a week ago? Like, I was like, okay. And then on top of that, the email said that Miss Venable was making up her own rules and forcing people not to have sex and making it punishable by death, and that was all bullshit and nothing that the cooperative had asked of her. So now they know the truth. So now Timothy and Emily gonna go ahead and get it in now that they know that these were rules that Miss Venable made up all on her fucking lonesome. Meanwhile, Langdon is confronting Miss Venable about what she has done. And she fronting, lying, talking about she received a message from the cooperative right before everything went down. And Langdon is like, seeing as though I'm the person that's in charge of all communications with the outpost, I wonder how that happened, bitch. Like, she's sitting up here straight face lying to him like he don't know she lying. She ain't got the feel that this is the devil yet, because I been got the feel. There is nothing that you're going to be able to tell him that he's not going to know that you're lying about it. Like, there's nothing you're going to be able to do that's going to make it so that you can put a wool over Satan's eyes. Do you feel me? Then Miss Venable flips it and says how he's just pissed off because she, a woman, was a step ahead of him. And I'm like, oh, girl. Oh, girl, you so don't realize what's happening in front of you. Like, this is not a man-woman argument right now, but that's what she was going with it. And Langdon was like, oh, really? Is that how you feel? He sits down and tells her the story of the woman and her 2 children that he encountered on his way there, and how they were covered in tumors and sores, and she was begging them to kill her last remaining child because the one she was holding was already dead. And she was begging him to kill her child, to take him out of his misery. And Miss Venable said, did you kill him? And he said, no, because he's the fucking devil and he wants you to suffer. He's not going to take you out of your misery. So he brings out the files and he says, okay, so let's go through everybody. Let's start with Miss Coco Vanderbilt, whatever. Does Coco deserve salvation? Miss Venable says that Coco is a vacuous abomination of inbreeding. I say, oh, bitch. The hairstylist is a cowardly homosexual, and the grandmother is a festering pustule who won't die. Everybody else, she don't know nothing about. Then Langdon asked Miss Venable to disrobe and take off her clothes. And, you know, of course, she tries to, like, grab his hand and show him how forceful and strong she is. But like I said, that's the devil, bitch. You don't have no control here. So he unzips her dress and pulls it down. And I don't know what was going on with her spine. She seemed either emaciated or she had scars on her back. I couldn't really tell, but she felt miserable. And he said, does it hurt? And she says, no. And he says, well, does it bring you emotional pain? And she was like, yes. And she's like sitting there withering and she's becoming the weak little thing that she actually is. He completely broke her the fuck down. She thought she was strong with her cane. But Langdon was like, oh, no, you're not, bitch. No, you're not. Kathy Bates busts in and interrupts whatever the fuck was going on in that moment, okay? And she says that she has to talk to Miss Venable. So Miss Venable walks out and Langdon is just listening at the door. And that's when Kathy Bates tells Miss Venable about what's been going on with the hairstylist and him having sex with a leather suit and the grandmother running and telling that. So now he has to pay. Miss Venable thinks that somehow the hairstylist knows Langdon and maybe they're planning something. And she, just like the hairstylist, thinks that the leather suit is Langdon, but it is not. Meanwhile, Langdon is standing on the other side of the door, ear hustling for Jesus, or for Satan, should I say. They tie up the hairstylist and they whipping him and he's just like, I'll take it. I'll take it for all of the great gay advocates of the 70s and the 80s. I'll take every hit. I'm like, niggas is dramatic no matter what, huh? So after Miss Venable and Kathy Bates and her security guard bitch finished whipping the fuck out of the gay guy, they left him there just hanging there, right? And Langdon comes in and he's like, oh, look what you've gotten yourself into. And the hairstylist is like, oh, I would never rat on you. No matter how many lashes they gave me, I wasn't going to give you up. And he's like, give me up. He was like, what are you talking about? And he's like, you know, when you came into my room, he was like, I've never been in your room. And he's like, yeah, whatever. He didn't believe him. And Langdon was like, believe what you want, but it wasn't me. Langdon tells the hairstylist that maybe he should go talk to his grandmother, seeing as though she's the one that outed him to everybody. And he didn't believe it at first. I don't know why he didn't believe it. His grandmother is fucking terrible. So in the library, Coco and her assistant are comparing all of the many plethora of choices they've had in comparison to the slim to none choices of the fake Oprah and Grandma. And I'm just like, you know, say what you want to, but they may have had lack of choices, but they had better choices. We may have so many things to choose from out in the world now, but I also feel like in some way it oversaturates and makes things that aren't important seem important. It's just annoying. Like, having more is not always having more. Having less is sometimes better than having, more options. I'm just saying, if I had a few good options versus a whole bunch of shitty options, I will go back to having my little few options. You see what I'm saying? So Coco and her young ass trying to play grandma, and grandma the one that didn't live this long. Girl, sit down somewhere. Grandma got something to teach y'all, whether I like the old bitch or not. So the hairstylist comes in to confront grandma, and grandma really don't give a fuck. She's like, I'm sorry, darling. I don't have the capacity to love you. Okay? I don't have it to give, darling. I'm so sorry. You're failure, and I'm the bridge between the past and the future. Humanity deserves better than you, and I am better than you. And the hairstylist is just so upset that grandma played him dust like that and just walks away. I was like, grandma don't give a fuck. Timothy and Emily are in their room having sex, and Leathersuit is nearby watching. And I'm like, oh, they done broke the rules, and Leathersuit is watching. What's gonna happen next? So the hairstylist has been left alone in the library, and all of a sudden the song changes. And the song, I thought the song changed. It sounded like the song changed, y'all. Tell me if I'm wrong, but it sounded like the song changed. Then we see Leathersuit beckon him into a room of candles, and we like, is Leathersuit trying to be romantic? What the fuck is this? So he lays down on the bed, and then he flips Leathersuit on his back. And he remembers what Langdon told him about never wanting him. Because Langdon was like, child, I would never want you. I wouldn't have sex with you if you were the last man on earth. And you are almost the last man on earth. It's your desperateness. It's your neediness. I would never want you. And I see why your grandmother ran and told that on you. Oh, you don't want me, huh? And then he stabbed Leathersuit and was just stabbing and stabbing and stabbing and stabbing. And Leathersuit is bleeding out all over the place. And then he stops and he turns around and he sees Langdon in the doorway. And Langdon was like, told you, bitch. And then he looks back down at the Leathersuit, and y'all, it's his fucking grandma. He didn't stab this grandma to death. And I'm like, so wait a minute, was he about to fuck the grandma? Was the grandma fucking him? What the fuck just happened? Like, y'all, I cannot take American Horror Story and how they keep confusing us. I feel like I'm in the show. I'm so confused. What the fuck? So was he making out and rubbing all on his grandma a minute ago and then just started stabbing her? What the fuck? Venable and Kathy Bates heard about Emily and Timothy fucking. So they go into the room, drag them out of bed, bring them into that room where they like to kill people. And just before they pull out the gun, Timothy, gets the gun away from the guy who was about to shoot him, shoots him, then, tries to get away from that big tall bitch, but that big tall bitch took the gun and knocked it out of his head and knocked his ass down, but not before he got a shot off at Kathy Bates. Kathy Bates turns the corner because she feels herself shot, and then we see her like kind of open up her dress to see where the wound was, and she got all this yellow pus inside of her. And I'm like, bitch, is you a robot or is you like having issues with radiation? What the fuck is going on? How are you living with your insides looking like that? Somebody explain it to me. What is happening? I am so confused upon the conclusion of American Horror Story Season 8, Episode 2. I'm so confused. Oh, I hope y'all enjoyed the review. I don't know if I enjoyed the episode or not. I'm just, bitch, I'm all confused. I don't know how to feel. But I hope y'all enjoyed it. I hope y'all will comment down below and tell me what y'all felt about the episode. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you have not already. And I will see y'all in the next one.